tonight, and Terry, was so telling to hear one of the cardinals in the Sistine Chapel that described Cardinal Prevost, now the new Pope, of course, up with his head in his hands as he started to see the voting going his way. It's impossible to imagine the moment, the weight he must have felt.
It really is, David. That awesome responsibility came so fast, just 4 ballots. The Cardinal's telling us that in those daily meetings leading up to the conclave, then Cardinal Prevost he didn't make any grand speeches, but he did work the room, meeting with small groups of cardinals at lunchtime and other breaks. And as the votes were going his way, that's when Cardinal Tobin of Newark saw him with his head in his hands. He passed the 89 vote threshold to win election. In a wave of applause rang through the Sistine Chapel. He was asked whether he accepted the election. Cardinal Tobin said that that's when the anguish seemed to leave him. He said, quote, it was like he was made for it. Yeah.
It's fascinating to hear from the cardinals who were inside the Sistine Chapel for the conclave. Terry Moran here at the Vatican tonight. Terry, thank you. Just moments ago here, I spoke with Father Jim Martin from New York and Father John. So of course I asked him, have you now emailed the new Pope?
Ooh.
We heard from some of the cardinals who were the electors in the Sistine Chapel for the first time today, and one of them described when this future Pope sitting there among them had his head in his hands when he saw the numbers going in his direction. Hard to imagine the weight of that moment.
Well, I think you're facing the burden of history and all of the folks that have done it for you, and you know how some of those papacies have been.
You're shading?
When the vote is complete, and this one cardinal is
Galing naman Vito.
the question right away is, do you accept this election to be the supreme pontiff? And one of the cardinals said,
Don't eat, no! Vito, no! No!
Image, and it's actually something that's pretty common when you read about the history of the Pope. So there is something
Hold your pencil properly.
But in a sense, you're free, but the Holy Spirit kind of gives you this gift. And one of my Jesuit brothers today said we saw Pope Leo. It was as if he had been doing this all his life. He did look very comfortable. And here's a man who's very reserved and somewhat shy. And comfortable.
it is undeniable that because he is an American, and he
Very
was
good.
in addition to being the Pope, he will have a voice on the world
Write
stage.
your name.
Oh, yeah, and I think in America he's going to be a very important voice, not only among Catholics, but just among everyone. American accent. It's going to be very powerful, also powerful in the American church.
You had the opportunity to know him before he was named Pope Leo XIV. What was he like? Describe him as a man. What people back in the United States would want to know about him.
I think the most important thing to
Very
know is that he's a
good.
nice guy. He's very reserved, I think is a good word, where he lived for a long time. He's an Augustinian. And he's a great word, they said, he's no pushover.
I think it's also the idea that the pontifex, the Pope pontifex is very built there.
Nice.
Also true linguistically because of
He invites more and more people to see the love of God and Jesus Christ, to experience the Holy Spirit in their lives. The other thing I think is fascinating, he's 69. He could be Pope for
Very good. It's a lion.
his whole lives, whole Catholic lives, will be shaped by this person.
Father Martin, you exchanged emails with Cardinal Prevost in the months leading up to the conclave. You had no idea you were writing back and forth with the future Pope. Have you emailed him yet?
The conflict, I think all the cardinals like him, right? And it's just extraordinary.
Nice.
It feels almost like a movie to see an American Pope come out and to hear him this morning in Mass speaking English with the white cassock. and the
Hold
white
your pencil properly, Vito.
So I just think they did a
Guys, may hawak ng pencil.
choice.
Let us know when he gets back to you. I'll let you know. Father Martin, thank you. Thank you. Father Walker, a pleasure. Pleasure. Thank you both. So for now, the new Pope will live with Pope Francis. Welcome back to the future direction of the Church. The answer may lie in his name.
Dark nights of this world.
You're shading the fish.
To
Nice.
shine his light. So say, pay attention
What number is
to
that?
Nancy,
3?
The late 19th century Pope.
Nice.
He reigned from 1878 to 1903, 25 years, one of the longest papers there.
Can Leo find a way to be the peace pope?
We heard Pope Leo talk about the need for peace as particularly
Nice.
his first words as Pope were peace be with you, echoing the words of the risen Christ during his substance.
I hope that he can bring the church together. I know